Okay, I just wanted to record this little bit of information. Now, as you can see by this graph, the rich got extremely rich beginning in the late 70s, early 80s. Well, that coordinates with how the sugar scourge really came about. I mean, in about 81 was when Warren Buffett reported that Coca-Cola switched from cane sugar to corn syrup. And that's about the time that all these rich people got rich. It was like an insider trading scandal in a way that goes all the way back to the late 70s, where they all told each other invest in corn syrup. It makes sense. It was a good sale. It's a it was subsidized by the government in the 50s, and there was a breakthrough in technology where they could mass produce it from the corn, since corn is subsidized anyway. Corn is a cheap cost, and they figured out that it's pretty cheap to extract the sugar from it and then throw away the pulp and leave that to waste. So as you could see, I mean, is it really a middle class problem? I think it's the obesity epidemic that has been profiting the rich in a staggering way. But people want to focus on how the middle class need to be built up and given more jobs and higher pay and all this. But still, that obesity epidemic is looming over us all. And what people are trying to focus on are symptoms of the underlying problem of addiction to this sugar that's gotten the rich rich and the poor poor, and created that separation. That's the problem. In any alcohol and drug treatment, you want to go after the chemical addiction, and nobody's addressing that as a major part of the problem. Just look at the statistics for how the obesity epidemic came about. Metabolic syndrome wasn't a word until about this time. Warren Buffett talks about how he started really becoming rich on his big gamble with Coca-Cola making the switch. I mean, the reports increased almost to scale of how well the richer people are doing with this. So, I mean, you can't ignore the causation, the similarities in scale there. You just can't ignore it. But people are. Everybody is. Everybody's overlooking it. But me. I'm the only one who's like, hey, there's definitely something that coordinates here with sugar addiction. I took an AODA course in college, alcohol and drug treatment and all that, and the relationship needs to break down by getting them off the drug. That breaks people down. And that's what has to happen. You got to break it down, break the addiction first before you can build up the family relationship again. And we're not even focusing on breaking down the addiction to these chemicals, to the sugar extracts, the corn syrup, all these drugs. We're not talking about that. We're still trying to focus on symptoms of the problem by providing more jobs and increasing access to medical care and all that. There's no talk about stopping the drug addiction, and I think the separation between rich and poor is just going to get worse until that sugar addiction is taken care of.